Alright, so first off, let me address something that, a comment that I got the other day concerning my last vlog video. To make the videos shorter and have a better title, I appreciate the suggestion, I really do. One of the few comments that I've actually gotten on one of my videos, so thank you. But the point of these videos is exactly what the titles say, they're video logs. And while I speak as if I'm talking to somebody, and while it would be nice to know, get to know people, have a community, people that are like-minded or have similar issues or whatever, want to talk about certain things, discuss certain things, like, it would be nice. But that is not the primary reason why I make these videos. The reason for these vlogs is very simple. Oh. It is just to document life progress, basically. The progression of life, where it's going, where it has gone. So subscribers, likes, comments, not really that important to me. And then I wanted to address the songs that I uploaded recently. I figured, what am I losing by having them on my YouTube channel? I get some traction on these videos, so it'd be nice to get some extra views over there, some eyes on my music. Though I have all but officially quit rapping, writing, everything. So while I'm pretty sure I'm not going to continue that, and while I don't really have a reason to continue it, as it's been one of the things that's held me back in my life, I feel like, always having that, and definitely affecting some of my relationships, like my girlfriends at the time will, hear some songs or whatever, or, I'll make a song once a relationship is broken up, and then people get kind of upset at me or whatever. I mean, I don't really care, but just for my own health and well-being, I don't really want to continue writing and rapping unless I have a good reason to, unless it's going to be towards something. If it's going towards progress, if it's going towards like a collaboration or something like that, then great. But as of right now, I've kind of said everything that I need to say in my music. There's not really much reason for me to continue. Now, the reason why my rapper name, it sounds so stupid and fucking cheesy to say it like that, but the reason why my rapper name is L-Boy actually comes from Lil Peep. His song Hellboy inspired me. At some point, I just started like freestyling, and it came across my mind like Lil Peep might be Hellboy, but I'm L-Boy. It was something like that, something along those lines. I think it was a little more on beat and a little more like interesting than just that when I was like freestyling that shit. But that's where it came about, and then I was like, wait, L-Boy, that could work, because I was kind of growing out of my name at the time, which was Smith, spelled Smyth, like, myth, but Smith. So I was kind of growing out of that. I felt like I needed something a bit more catchy, a bit more like, personality driven, not just something off of my name. I used to be Opinion, spelled Openion, and I actually have an old SoundCloud channel that might still be privatized. At some point, it would be nice to go onto that channel again and kind of go through some songs and maybe release some of those songs again, like re-record them, and then put them up on my new channel, just to have them, because it's part of my history. Me having been writing for 15 years since I was 12. Um, 12 is when I started rapping, or writing, I should say. I didn't actually record a song, I don't think, until I was around uh, 16 or 17. So there was a good few years where I was kind of like just doing it just to do it, with a dream in mind. And then I actually got to record some stuff, and people kind of, you know, as is common with me, they kind of ignored me a little bit. It was a collaboration type of thing, so I wasn't really given much attention. Um, but I I always loved rap, music in general. Growing up on rock and roll, because of my father, um, I tended to like steer away from that in the early stages. Like once my mom and my dad got divorced, and I was kind of like, given some more freedom, more uh, ways to act. Like I had a computer, so I actually, smartphones were becoming more of a thing. So like you could actually go and just find whatever you were looking for wherever. I remember I was so happy when I figured out how to use an MP3 that I had for like a year. I was like, oh, this is how you do it. And then I started downloading songs onto it. It was fun. It was nice. But rap has always been very near and dear to my heart. First rapper that really ever made me want to rap was Eminem. Uh, the cliche continues, right? But it's true. And then as time went on, I discovered more and more music, like Jedi Mind Tricks, SPM, uh, NWA, more so like Ice Cube. I didn't really listen to Easy E too much or like Dr. Dre really at all. Ice Cube was cool though. I liked Ice Cube. Snoop Dogg he was okay. Uh, but only time that I really ever heard a lot of those guys is through like collaborations with M, and then obviously rap music just in general evolved over that time, and like so did my taste in music. So I would start listening to Slipknot and Limp Bizkit and Korn, uh, all those bands that were really like you know made for a teenager that was kind of dealing with shit. That was me in a nutshell, you know. Um, so no matter what, music will always be close to my heart. It will always be something that I really love. But it's not really in the cards for me um, anymore to write, to rap. My latest EP called the Exit Project. Uh, there's a reason why it's called the Exit Project. It's because that's basically my exit from SoundCloud, from writing music, from rapping. Pretty much, like, I don't think it'll ever be finished entirely until I'm dead, or until I'm just too busy to do it. But uh, as a whole, like making complete projects and then actually following through with them, I think the time has come where I'm done. I'm done with it. I have to be done with it. So today, uh, I slept pretty late. I think I slept until like 1:30 p.m. It was Friday. Now it's Saturday, 12:05 a.m. on a Saturday. But it was Friday. So Friday, I slept pretty late, uh, and it doesn't really bother me. But what it does is it pushes my schedule back again and then again and again. And I start to wake up later and later, so I sleep later and later, which causes me to stay up later and later, as one might guess, pretty obvious, right? But it messes with my entire, you know, like well-being. It feels like, some days I feel okay, some days I don't feel that great, and I feel like sleep, and not only sleep, but my diet, because I'm eating at different times, is kind of up in the air. It's fluctuating. It can get kind of annoying, um, but that happened, and then just lately, over the past couple of days, um, it's basically been like a full day since I made the last video log, and I don't want to say that I'm feeling suicidal, but if I'm just, the thoughts are there, you know, they're really there, and I don't know what to do to stop them when they happen. I never figured that out, what to do to stop them once they begin. But they're just, they're there, and they take a toll on you for sure. It's like no matter what you do, you always feel like you're trapped. You're anxious, you're depressed, you're sad, you're angry, and like sometimes, man, I feel lesser than other people. I feel like I'm constantly the outcast. I always stick out like a sore thumb, and I don't mind being different. I've never minded that because in my life, and I truly believe this, I've gone through some things that I don't think everybody would be able to get through as well as I have. No, there's no ego there. There's no like narcissism there at all. I don't mean to say that I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that when it comes to resiliency and finding a way to get through it and keep on marching forward as well as I possibly can, I wouldn't want anybody else to have the kind of pain and go through the kind of things that I've gone through. Not even people that have hurt me. I wouldn't wish things that I've gone through on my father, on my exes, on my old, friendships that went bad. Um, this particular teacher that talked shit quite a bit when I was in fourth grade. Um, bullies. Like, I have a lot of hate in my heart, but I also have a lot of remorse and mercy in my heart. And as much as I think about violence and like the wantingness to release that anger and finally have somebody that's hurt me get their comeuppance, there's another part of me that's just like, it's not the answer, it's not a solution, it's something that, you know, happened. There was a brief time back when I was younger where I was a bully in school, you know, and I don't look back on those days and feel good about it, you know. There was nothing like too bad, nothing violent, you know, but it was just like disparaging remarks and like making fun of, somebody's name and overall just kind of talking shit. And I don't, I don't look back on that and I'm like, ha ha ha, that was so funny. It stays with you, being the victim, but also being the bully. And maybe in a way that was some kind of karma for me, dealing with what I dealt with, being bullied, feeling like an outcast, feeling like I'm, on an island all by myself. Maybe that's some kind of karma. Maybe it certainly taught me humility and a reason to be humble and not, be a jackass my entire life. But in that regard, I'm kind of passive as well from time to time. I mean, if you piss me off, I'm gonna say something, or depending on the situation, I'm gonna do something. But the bottom line is, a lot of the time I will just let it pass, because violence isn't usually the answer that you want. I'm just a guy. I'm trying to do the best that I can in life. One thing I don't need is to go to jail, or to be in court, or to have some kind of fine that I have to pay. Like, I don't need that shit on my back, you know. So, of course, there's reasons beyond just my own morality why I don't do things that would, you know, get me in trouble. But in the end, it kind of boils down to morality. I would like to imagine. Certainly, I don't want to cause anybody pain or anguish, or be a nuisance to anybody, or be a bad neighbor, or a bad friend. You know, I always want to do the best that I can. Um, it's hard when you yourself don't feel great. You know, when you feel like you don't want to be on this planet anymore, I'll tell you, it gets real difficult to deal with people. It gets hard to deal with the stresses of life, and everything, and especially if you don't really have a reason to get up. If you don't have a reason to get up, you don't have a reason to go to sleep. You don't have a reason to go to sleep. You don't have a reason to dream. You don't have a reason to you know do anything. It's just it. Everything has to do with everything, and everything messes with you, impacting everything. It's constant. It's a continuous cycle. No matter what you do, everything that you do is going to have a consequence. Um, but that's basically it. Um, that's all that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, if anybody has watched this all the way through, which I don't think anybody will. I don't think anybody has watched any of my other videos all the way through. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But uh, if you've watched us all the way through, thank you very much. Um, but like I said in the beginning, the point of these videos is basically like a therapy to me, so that once I say these things, it'll be out in the open. It's public. There's no you know there's no smoke and mirrors here. There's no green screen. There's nothing. You're seeing everything raw as it is right here, unedited. It doesn't. There's nothing more real than this. It's just me. It's just me bearing my feelings, my thoughts, everything. I'm an open book, and this is how I get it out. And without this, it's music, and I'm done with that. So this is all I have. But if you're watching, thank you. If you're not, then cool too. See you next time.